What's in a question? Maybe just about everything important. A smart and sharp question should strike up the most engaging of conversations. So let's have ourselves a little discussion. Today, Diane joins us in the studio to tell us about how some of our beloved stores that stayed in our lives for a long, long time are beginning to disappear. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning. Happy Monday and welcome back.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
Thank you for filling in. You saved our corner.
No problem. Always happy to be back at
Right.
Arirang Radio and at Good Morning Seoul.
It's going to be a fun 2 weeks.
Yes, again, want to extend a big congratulations to Lena on her wedding. And I hope her and her husband Brad are having a fantastic honeymoon.
I'm pretty sure.
Do you know where they went?
They first went to Paris, I believe. And I don't know what their exact itinerary is going to be, but they're starting off with Paris and ending with Italy, I think.
What a romantic getaway.
Yes.
Yeah. I had my honeymoon in Europe too.
Right.
Yeah.
How was it?
I started in Paris and ended in Italy.
Oh my God. So that's a thing.
Yeah. But I mean, I think Lena also has some connections to France, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, stores that are disappearing from our lives. Taking a look at the message board, I saw Blockbuster being mentioned.
Right.
Toys R Us.
Yes.
Those are two stores that were very much a part of my childhood. What are some of the stores that have disappeared?
Blockbusters for me as well. I used to rent like videos and DVDs when I was in middle school in the States. I remember that. And some other stores are the things that I'm going to talk about in my segment.
I also remember, this is not a store per se, but growing up in the United States, there was always the Korean market that existed in each of the Korean communities. But in the Korean market, you also saw the video rental corners.
Right, like Korean videos.
Yeah, the Korean video
dramas,
rental corners. It was always a part of the Korean market facade.
Yeah.
But that has completely disappeared.
Yeah, it's gone.
Because it's all like live streaming now, and you have Netflix and you know Disney Plus and all of that stuff. So you don't need VHS tapes.
Right. I mean, we don't even have a player that will play those tapes. Right?
Yeah, my daughter brought home a DVD collection, but we didn't have a DVD player at home to actually play it for her.
Right. That's the problem.
Okay. So, anyways. Give out the question one more time for the...
So question, which stores are slowly fading away from us? As a society develops, it's a natural thing for some stores or industries to eventually go out of fashion and disappear. However, there are several beloved stores that lived along with our childhoods, which are rapidly shutting down. Those are local laundromats and bathhouses in South Korea.
Yeah, I did not think about the laundromats. So it's not the laundromats it's not the coin laundromats we're talking about. We're talking about
the local...
the mom and pop operated 세탁소s.
Right. Exactly. The local laundromats, which used to be found in each apartment complex, are in danger of being written in the history book as the legacy of the past. According to the Ministry of Health and Welfare on October 9th, there were a total of less than 20,400 laundries nationwide as of June, a decrease about 2,000 from more than 22,000 at the end of 2021. In the first 6 months of this year alone, more than 2,000 laundries disappeared across the country. So the number of laundries has been decreasing roughly by 1,000 every year from around 27,000 in 2017, but the decline has been steeper in recent years.
So I've seen an increase in the number of coin-operated laundromats. But the traditional 세탁소s, I've definitely, now that I think about it, have seen a decrease. Also, these big chains are kind of taking over, where they have a very small kind of a storefront where people just turn in their clothes and then they truck it actually to a central
the factory
laundry locations, clean it all up, wash it all up, and then they deliver it back to these storefronts where people could come pick it up.
Right.
So, but there is I guess a cause for all of this, and they're saying climate change.
Yeah, it's something that I didn't notice, but apparently it's the climate change is the biggest reason.
Okay.
According to the president of Korea Laundry Industry Association, Bang Moo-gun, compared to the 4 distinct seasons in the past, the number of use of general laundry has definitely decreased because the length of spring and autumn season have decreased, leading to people wearing less light jackets, jumpers, and coats that needs to be cleaned. Park said this is a problem because they make most of their money during spring and autumn season and live off of that revenue during the summer and winter, which I completely didn't know. So therefore, because there's less spring and less autumn, they're making less money.
Yeah, and I'm sure the working environment changed, remote work, the casualness of the way people dress more in the office setting, also affecting laundromats as well?
Of course, in particular due to the COVID-19 pandemic and changes in workplace, each company has increased telecommuting, resulting in a further decline in sales of the laundromats because the number of people working from home increased. They didn't have to wear formal clothes or any other clothes, just maybe pajamas, right? And to those people who are going to work as well, because the companies are becoming more casual, the number of people wearing suits decreased, which also took a toll on the laundry business. Nobody wears like dress shirts anymore. Nobody wears like compressed suits anymore. So again, the president of the Korea Laundry Industry Association, Park, said the widespread of distribution of clothing management equipment like LG Styler and Samsung Airdresser and the big laundromat franchises are also a big burden for those small businesses like him.
Right. So I think a more proper American English term for the stores that we're talking about are dry cleaners.
Dry cleaners, right.
Yeah, local neighborhood dry cleaners are disappearing. Not only climate change, not only the pandemic, not only the change in workplace culture, but also raw materials affecting dry cleaners as well?
Yeah, the simple price of raw material increasing. So this is because the price of organic solvents used in the facilities and the price of hangers are also rising rapidly amid the global trend of increasing raw material prices. Another official from the Korea Laundry Industry Association said the price of a box of cloth hangers, which was about 25,000 won, which is about $20, compared to 2 years ago, has now risen to 50,000 won, which is about $45. And therefore, small businesses cannot even afford the monthly rent.
I always thought, though, with those dry cleaner hangers, they should have a return policy. So, like, if you return it, you get peg one back or peg one off of the next shirt that you dry clean. Because my house gets filled up with those hangers.
Yeah.
But then when you return it, some laundromats or dry cleaners, they don't want it.
Right.
They don't want it back. But I think that should maybe change
maybe that's
a doubling of increase of those hangers.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you mentioned the disappearance of bathhouses in Korea.
Right.
Very much a part of my childhood, right? When you're young, you go into the yeotang with your mom. But,
you remember that?
Yeah, but at a certain age, you have to start going with your dad.
Right.
I remember running into my classmate, Yuchuan classmate, that I had a crush on. And I ran into her in the bathhouse.
Oh, no, that's horrible.
But then, you're a kid. You don't know if you're shy or you should be embarrassed or whatever. And I remember walking up to her and giving her the bathhouse...
banana milk?
Yogurt.
Oh, yeah.
Yogurt, right? Like, here, friend. Here's a yogurt for you.
So there you go. Those fun memories that we have during our childhood going to the bathhouse, right? So filled with hot and cold bath with saunas, public bathhouses in Korea may one day exist only as a museum exhibition, or so a group of experts at the National Folk Museum of Korea in Central Seoul thought a few years ago when they decided to launch a research project on the topic. From the late 1990s to today, around 4,000 public bathhouses closed down around the country, according to the museum. In Seoul alone, about 18% of public baths have closed, from around 900 in 2019 to less than 730 recently.
Okay, and the history of these bathhouses go all the way back to the Joseon Dynasty. And according to your research, when King Gojong built large-sized public bathhouses so that the poor and the low income could come in, wash up. And basically, it was like the first example of a public hygiene policy.
Right. So that's when it first appeared, right? But because apartments and houses started to have bath in the houses themselves, there was no need for people to actually go to the bathhouses anymore. So even with the long history, with changed the way people live, the way apartments are designed, the reason why the people are not going to the bathhouses is very clear. There's not a lot of demand, and therefore the supply would go down.
Yeah, and I think culturally too. Like if you try to take a kid who's been raised in a modern house in the modern Korean culture, taking bath and showers with just themselves or their parents, and you try to say, "Hey, we're gonna go to a bathhouse with 70 other people being completely naked."
Yeah.
You know, they might the child might have I don't know if I want to go there kind of a thing, right?
That's true.
Okay, speaking about some other businesses other than the bathhouse and the dry cleaners, pubs and karaoke's.
Right. So according to the National Tax Service, the number of pubs and karaoke has plummeted due to lost profitability from COVID-19 and tough social distancing rules. The number of stores registered as pubs across the country stood below 28,000 as end of May, according to the tax authorities on a survey on 100 key sectors of the self-employed segment. The figure dropped about 4,000 or 12% from last year. And the number of karaoke also slid 5.2% to 1,554. So both of them are going down really, really fast.
And then while those businesses that we talked about are disappearing completely, there is a very big business that is probably losing its storefront, but moving more and more online.
Right. So there are stores that are becoming more strategic when it comes to sales. So those bathhouse and karaoke's and laundromats didn't have a choice but to close down. But there is a business that's willing to close down their offline stores, which are the bank. The banking systems, they're trying to go online to make it easier for their customers to make transactions or, get a bank check counted. So and also it's going to grow, they say, the number of online banking stores, because in the case of 5 major banks, including KB국민, 신한, 우리, 하나인농협, about 100 branches are scheduled to close from this month to January next year. So the rate of decrease in bank branches is expected to accelerate in the future.
Yeah, and the Korean banking system is pretty good. I mean, excellent compared to what my experience has been in the United States. And I think this is the correct move for them.
Right. Going offline.
Yeah. Going online. Going online. Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for bringing this topic in today, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Download the Editing Radio application.
Type in
ARIRADIO